was on those Broncos teams in the 90s, late 90s, and he said, I was shocked that they made this trade. He said every time this guy got an opportunity, he went out and he played well. They took advantage of a regime change in Denver. There's a new coaching staff there. Apparently they didn't have any use for this guy. The Steelers liked edge rushers who played in that Denver system. That coach is gone, but Tuska came from Denver, and now Reed comes from Denver. Reed, much better numbers. I give that move a B+ or an A, Bob. I think they did a good job there.
Yeah, I did too. Especially, again, I still believe until I hear otherwise. I want to make sure T.J. Watt is okay, because sometimes these blanket statements, oh, he'll be fine. You don't know just how banged up he actually is. So, yeah, and I'm surprised. For a 6th-round pick to get that kind of production, the kid's only 26. That's an A+ move. And then there was the move on the offensive line. I think we all knew some were coming. Jesse Davis, however, is a guy who gave up, I think, more sacks than Dan Moore last year. He's had holding penalties. Now, he's been a veteran of that Miami offensive line. They gave up a 7th-round conditional 2025 pick for him. But I can see where they may decide to move Chuks Okorafor from the right to the left and put him there, whatever the case may be. The question is he an upgrade from what we've seen on this offensive line?
Well, I know what people are thinking. He has to be better. But from the people I talked to in Minnesota who watched him practice, they said this guy could not go 2 or 3 days in a row, that at 31 years old, his body just was not holding up to the demands of training camp. And that was one of the reasons why he lost a guard battle. It was not for tackle in Minnesota. It was guard, Bob. Arthur Moats, who broke down his film and came on with us as soon as that trade got done, said, I watched him at right tackle in Miami. He's not a right tackle. Does not look like a guy that can play that position. So, look, I'm just confused by their offensive line moves. I thought they needed to do more. I didn't expect them to necessarily get Isaiah Wyatt, for example, the New England left tackle, who there was some talk about. But I like LeGlue. I think LeGlue's better than Kendrick Green. I think they're hoping they get LeGlue and Haig back on the practice squad, Bob. But if we're ranking those 3 linemen, Haig, LeGlue, and Davis, based on where Davis is at in his career, I'm not sure, Bob, he might be the worst one. I mean, there's absolutely an argument there. I mean, you could probably put him any which way, but the point is he's not a clear upgrade over either one of those guys. I thought LeGlue, when he went in and played left guard when Dotson got hurt, Bob, I thought he was an adequate player. He wasn't great, but he was decent, which, given some of the Steelers' offensive line play last year, that was an upgrade.
Yeah, I was surprised about LeGlue. I thought he was a good classic backup, and Joe Haig has swung around, and he has had success playing here. Not as a starter, but he's been a good filling guy. So hopefully those guys will be back. They made a lot of other roster moves. We'll get into them as we go along. But Buddy Johnson, that's a 4th-round pick, did not work out. That's not good. I was surprised a little bit about Henry Mondu, because I thought every time I see him, he seems to do something. And I know that's a very deep position, which is a good thing. But they got rid of a lot of guys there. We'll talk about it, Andrew, when we come back. We have a lot to get into. It's 412-575-2600. Some hockey news also on the way in this late day in August. We'll talk about that and more as we continue. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We're live 7 nights a week right here on Pittsburgh CW.